Yeah, well, you're doing well anyway, but I'll just say a quick hello to John. I won't break it up. I was just about to go to bed, and I heard you two guys speaking. But great hearing you, Mike, and your records. So round to you, John. Whiskey 2VP, ON80I in Belgium. John, over.
Yeah, Roger. O-N-A-E-I, W2VP. Yeah, I turned the antenna towards you there, so it may be a little stronger than it was before. I had it to the north, so I was talking to Mike there. But you're sounding great, 5.9 plus 10 or 15 over, like a local station coming in really loud and clear, over.
Yeah, thank you, John. Well, you're sounding great as well. Whiskey 2, Victor Papa, Oscar November 8 Echo India, and your great setup. Yeah, you're 10 over, sometimes 15, and believe it or not, John, I'm still on the little Hermes light. Over.
Oh wow, yeah, that's something. That's something. But I hear a twinge of an Irish accent there. So where were you born? You were born in Ireland, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was born in a place called County Cork. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I just enjoy listening to the Irish accent there. It's really very distinct and pronounced there, so I enjoy listening to it there. So definitely the accent is coming through loud and clear. You can take someone from Ireland out of Ireland, but you can't take the Ireland out of the person, over.
Yeah, that's what they say. But no, I've been about nearly 40 years out of Ireland. Once or twice I went back, and then I left again. So yeah, I think my accent has maybe changed a little bit, John. But nice to hear you. By the way, John, our first contact was about 5 years ago. Over.
Okay, very good indeed. Glad to talk to you again. So let me turn it over to Mike. Let him make a transmission. W8 Hotel Bravo in the group, W2VP.
Yeah, I'm still looking through the paperwork here, trying to find what the North Korea contact on the ARRL credits, and I think I need to take my glasses off. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm doing good, John, and it's good to hear you. Still no radio. And W2VP, I ordered a Fox Tango FTDX 101MP. It's been, oh gosh, it's stateside, John. It's stateside. It's in California now, getting the extra filters put in. But it's been 10 weeks. So, it'll be 10 weeks, tomorrow? Tomorrow will be 10 weeks. So, I know where it's at. I know it's here stateside. So, I've been getting the emails as to the location and keeping on top of that. So, but everything's good on this end. I picked up a PR40 Heil and put it in line. I was fiddle farting around with it and got it going pretty well, I think. I think I've got the parameters set up pretty well. And other than that, that's about it, just putting up with this heat. So, John, ON80I, go ahead, W8HB and the group.
Yeah, Roger, on that, Mike. Well, just to tell you, my news, on the 12th, which is now 2 days ago, I was the Big 6-1, over.
Oh, my God. Well, happy birthday. You're catching up to me.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever do that. But, yeah, well, the good thing is I might look old, but I don't feel it, over.
Well, I keep going to bed every night, hoping to get my beauty rest, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you're a nice guy. And back to you, John, over.
Okay, very good, John. Very good. So, Mike, you only need a few hours sleep? Is that what you're saying? Over?
Well, I'll tell you what. The wife was with my daughter up at the campground over the weekend, and they kind of had a girls' getaway, and up on Lake Erie. And I was there with the two schnauzers, the little miniature schnauzers, and just pretty much. I told the wife, I said, I'm getting to the point. I'll go to bed and I'll lay there, and last night I just couldn't sleep. I mean, my mind seemed to clear and everything, but it seemed like the longer I laid there, so I finally got up. So, but then you find yourself during the day, catching a cat nap or whatever. But I don't know. I think as I get older, to answer your question, John, I think I need less rest there. John, go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it's really something how that works, that most of the time you go to bed and you do fall asleep, but there are those nights where, no matter what you do, you can't go to sleep. Your mind is active. And I had one of those nights the other day, and I did the same thing as you. I just got up and went on the computer, did a few things, and then I felt tired, and then I went back to bed and was able to fall asleep at that time. But I like the flexibility of being retired, John. Mike and John, I don't know if you're going to retire or you are retired. You might comment on that. But I really love the flexibility that if I feel a little pooped in the afternoon, that I could just take, a power nap and go in there, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever, and, feel refreshed when I wake up and recharge my batteries. It's just wonderful that you have the flexibility to do that if you need to. And, that's one of the great things about retirement. It gives you flexibility. You probably do the same thing as I do, Mike. I go to the stores, when a lot of people aren't there, like early in the morning during the week or something, but don't go there during the normal hours on the weekend because it's crowded. And if you have to do work outside, you take a look at the weather report, and if it's too hot, you don't do it. You put it off a few days, or if it's going to rain, you put it off, and you select the perfect day and time, and really enjoy that. So, John, are you retired, or are you planning on retirement? It's a wonderful thing. Over.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward. I think I should be, because most of the people in this hobby I speak to, most of them are retired. So no, I'm still doing it, but with me it's shift work. So one week it's been on the work base at around 6, and then finishing up at 2, and then the other week it's 2 until 10. But I'm very lucky, and my wife is always talking about it. Yeah, I can go asleep in an instant. So I have a break around, let's say on the late shift, about 6 in the evening. I ring my wife, I eat my sandwich, and then I sleep for about 20 minutes, and then I'm recharged, John. So that's it. Okay, I won't hang around because it's coming up to about 10 minutes before 2 o'clock in the morning local time. But nice hearing you, John. We've had a few contacts on 40. We even had a contact on 80 meters. So looking forward to a few contacts with you, maybe in the winter time. So I'll put it back to you, John, and then I'll have one more over with Mike. Whiskey 2 Victor Papa with that great setup. ON80I and the group, John, over.
Roger. ON8DI W2VP. Very good, John. Yeah, I was just telling Mike I love the 80-meter DXing. I like the challenge of working DX on 80. 160 is a little bit too noisy for me, but 80 meters just gets noisy, but not as bad as 160. And, the openings are a little bit better than 160, a little bit longer. And I have a very big beam antenna on top of the tower for 40. So I put in a tremendous signal into Europe on 40 meters. It's unbelievable. It's like a broadcast station because I'm using a full-size Yagi beam and 1.2 kW, and it's up at 46 meters there, John. So just a booming signal on 40. It's actually too easy. There's no challenge to it. I like a little bit of a challenge there. And just one quick question. I'll turn it to Mike so he can make his transmission, but when you go back for your final, I'm sort of interested in, the short story of how you made the transition from Ireland, to Belgium there. It's always interesting to me how people make the decision and, the circumstances there. So I would like to hear, how you did that and, what the circumstances were there. Over to you, Mike. W8 Hotel Bravo, W2VP.
Yeah, W2VP with O180I, W8HB. Yeah, to answer your question, John, W2VP, I got P5, that 4 Lima 4, P5/4 Lima 4 on phone on 10 and 15. And don't ask me what year that was. What was it, 2001, according to Google, when he was there? So there you go. Yeah, okay, John. Yeah, it's good to hear you. And, still awaiting the radio, and we'll see what happens with that. I was talking about you earlier today. A gentleman up in New York I was speaking to, and I was telling me you were running a Hermes light there. And I'm trying to think of the pretty much the same deal you had. It was another brand name, though. It was I'm trying to think what the heck he called it. It was pretty much similar to yours, though. And we talked about that. I think it was AC1LC. No, W2VP. No, it wasn't W2VP. That's what I'm talking to now. I'm trying to think. K1AO. But anyway, I was talking about you, so your ears must have been burning. So I was telling you how well you sounded on that Hermes. So, but everything's good here. Putting up with the heat. For Ohio, it's been stinking hot. It's still 29C out right now. It's still 29C, so, and humidity's been sky high. But I'm not going to gripe, I'm not going to complain and gripe because, in the wintertime we say, oh, good God, I wish it was warm outside. I wish we could get outside and do some stuff. But it seems like it just, the switch was thrown this year, and that was it. Bam. It was here, So turn it back to you, John. O180I in the group, W8HB, and you have a good night, okay?
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Great hearing you, and greetings to the lady of the house and the harmonics, and even the second harmonics. So I hope that radio arrives, and I hope it's everything that you wish it will be, and hopefully it won't be a disappointment, and you'll switch it off and you'll go back to what you have now. But I don't think that's going to happen. So greetings to you. Sleep well, and we keep in touch. And I was talking to Wayne in VK, and he was telling me it still hadn't arrived. So I'll just go quickly back to you, John, and I'll give you an answer. So W2VP, O180I, over.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some breaker in there. Go ahead, John. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Okay. Well, just to say, in 1980, my mother sent myself and my brother to Belgium for 2 weeks. Belgium was celebrating 150 years, and we went over. I had a great time. My brother didn't enjoy it at all, and I always kept it in my mind. Then I went back to Ireland, and I worked for a while. In '84, I went to VK. I was there for a year. I was in New Zealand, ZL, for about 3 months, and I was in the States for about 6 months or more. In fact, one time, when was it? It was in '85. Maybe it was something like April of '85. I actually hitchhiked from Montreal to Anchorage and all the way back. So, but those are all little trips that I made around the world. Then I went back to Echo India, stayed for a while. I went to the UK, and in about 1990, 91, I was thinking that I wanted to settle down, but on working man's money, I couldn't settle down for to buy a house in the UK because it was just too expensive, and I always wanted to buy a house that I could put an antenna in. So I remembered Belgium, and I contacted the people that I knew in Belgium, and they said, "Well, come over, give it a try." And when I did, I bought a caravan, like like not a motorhome, a small version, 2-axle caravan, and I stayed in that. They said, "Don't waste your money in an apartment. Try living in a caravan, see how you like it." And I did, and then I bought a house. But I bought a house to put my antennas in. That was that was the most important thing, John. So anyway, that's a little bit of the story. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Wow, you're really a man of the world there. But it's a very interesting story, and I know about finding a place that's affordable and getting your antennas up. That's for sure. I come from Long Island, New York, where land is very expensive and not too much of it. And I came down to Georgia here, and there's a lot of land available here in Georgia, and I was able to get 12 acres of land, 4.5 hectares, and put up this big tower and antenna system for my retirement, so it all worked out. Anyway, I'll say 73s to you. You're sounding great on the Hermes Light, that's for sure, and, glad you broke in there. So 73s and all the best there. O-N-A-E-I, W2VP, clear with you.
Yeah, Roger. Well, thank you, John, and I'm really looking forward to speaking with you on 40 and 80, over.
Oh, yeah, I look forward to it, too. I've tried to get on, but, in the spring and the summer here in Georgia, the Cure Nancy is horrendous. It's just lightning crashes, 10, 20 over S9. But in the fall and the winter, things quiet down, and I'm very active. Just make a note on the frequency 3785. That's where you could find me on 80 meters. What happened is that the DX window is 3790 to 3800, but I don't know. Someone said, "Oh, you're ranching in the DX window," even though there was not a lot of activity now. So I slid down to 3785 and sort of made that the frequency I get on every day. And what I do is, because I am retired, I get up in the middle of the night for the sunrise opening in Europe, and I work Eastern Europe right through to Ireland. It's quite amazing to see the propagation peak as it goes along the gray line across Europe, and then I QRT after the gray line passes Ireland, of course, and go back to bed there. But just look on 3785. The other thing I want to mention is we got a nice group of people, and since we're very active almost every day, and we call it the Breakfast Club because all the station operators in Europe are having their breakfast and a cup of coffee because they just woke up and got out of bed, John, over.
Yeah, Roger, that sounds really great. I'm just going to say one more thing, and sorry, Mike, to take up too much radio space. But, John, just to tell you, I suppose you remember speaking with ZL4 Radio Mike Fox, Ron in New Zealand, over.
Yeah, and I'm really shocked that he's a silent key. He was very active on 80 and 40 and all the different bands there, and he just passed away too young at an age there, John. That was a big shock, over.
Yeah, Roger, yes. Well, I'm happy that you know about it, but he had a tremendous signal, and he used to be on every morning, and, it was easy to make contact with New Zealand on 40 meters. So I'll wish you well, John. You can go back to Mike and continue with your conversation. So nice hearing Mike, and nice hearing you, John. And I'll put it back to you, John. Whiskey 2 Victor Papa, Oscar November 8 Echo Indy, and the group, and now signing off and going to bed, John, over.
Okay, very good, John. 73. The other call sign that's very famous is Zulu Lima 1 India United Z01IU, Nick, with his Foursquare on 80 meters, and I know you know Nick there. So there are legends, and of course in Ireland, EI8 Henry, EI8 Sugar, EI6 Sugar, all those guys, tremendous signals on 80 meters. They're silent keys, and a lot of them aren't active anymore, but still remember them from years ago. Over to you there, Mike. W8 Hotel Bravo, W2VP.
Yeah, I sure remember those calls. Yeah, and you mentioned EI8 Henry and EI8 Sugar. Yeah, wow. I'm trying to think of the guy's call sign. This is W8HB. I've talked to him both on 40 and 80, especially on 40, and he's in Spain. And boy, he's got a big signal. And then there's a guy in another gentleman in England, a golf station that's on 40, and he just unbelievable. And his antenna is actually, I think you know who I'm talking about. It's actually made of towers, pieces of towers he put up over.
Yeah, well, there's one guy that has the crane. He uses the crane as the tower, and he lifts the antenna up and down with a giant crane, over.
Yeah, that's one of them. Yep, I've talked to him before. I can't remember. That was 80 meters, right? 75. John, take care. I don't want to leave you. Go ahead and get yourself to bed. You probably got to get up and, even though you're 61 years old, you still got to work there. So get yourself a good night's rest there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, luckily I have a day off. So the only work I'll be doing is in the garden. Just to tell you, both guys, I only have one QSL card in the shack. And, it's EI8 Henry. Back to you, Mike, over.
Okay. Now here's somebody else in the background. The other station, please stand by. We'll pick you up in a second. Just stand by just a second, and we'll pick you up. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Those are some calls that kind of made my eyes open a little bit when I heard John say them just a couple of minutes ago. So, yeah, there you go. Wow. Yeah, so I didn't know the gentleman you were talking about that passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. I was just Googling his information on QRZ and looking at his setup there and everything. Wow. Yeah, that's really Romeo Mike Foxtrot. Yep, in Dunedin, New Zealand. Yeah, there you go. Wow. Yep, well, okay. Well, I'll see you later. Have a good one. And you don't have to run off. And if you ain't got to work tomorrow, you might as well set up the rest of the night there, John. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I won't because I'll be no good for anything. Anyway, we keep in touch. And by the way, just a quick one. I went down to visit Pat 8 Henry a few times, and I went with a good pal of mine. Well, actually, two good pals of mine, and we got a great welcome. But anyway, that story's for another day, Mike. So W8HB and W2VP, ON80I, and around to you, John, over.
Okay, Okay, very good, John. 73s. Have a good evening, and like you say, I look forward to 40 and 80 meters this fall and winter. 73.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah, catch you later, John. Have a good one. Have a good one, John. The Sugar Bravo station, are you still there, over? Yeah, okay. India Kilo 2 Queen Sugar Bravo. This is W8 Hotel Bravo with W2 Victor Papa. So I've got you about a 5 and 5, about a 55. Mike in Ohio. Name's Mike and I'm in Ohio, okay?